think we're better off single. But she says she's ready to mingle.
All right, welcome back to dang, my bad, y'all. Welcome back to LilScorpioKing supporters. I'm finna be doing a reaction to Akademiks react to Joe Budden on Clubhouse responding to Drake, going off for him for his review. So let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments and stuff like that.
This is what the comments are on the music. We'll get to that in a second. But he's Drake knows he has 143 million Instagram followers. If some random person who I don't even know the person, right? He put her face up on the thing. If you go find her and you go watch what she was talking about Drake's album. It was a negative review. Clearly, it was almost like a Nicki Minaj as trick. You know, when Nicki will try to get her fans to go bully somebody, be like, yeah. So I was like, that's kind of odd. Like Drake doesn't do that. I don't know Drake to do that. Drake is a person who, like, I just think he's always played the social media shit so amazing and so perfect that even in what you might call a loss, he still wins. Like even the Pusha T thing, I still think just optics wise, he still won. Yeah. Right. So it was kind of odd. I was, but then he posted this up, and these are some of the comments from when Take Care dropped. He said, I agree with the review. Drake lost some respect with this one. In my own opinion, he should have had backdated the release and done a better CD. I think this album was weak, repetitive, boring. At times, nothing new, nothing exciting, same old, blah. Too much singing for me. I'm obviously a gangster. I don't fuck around. Okay. And he pretty much was saying, damn. He says, reading these comments from when Take Care dropped, basically saying he's laughing at how people reacted to that album.
Yo, you know what, y'all? That is true. That is true. Because Take Care is when I first, that was back in 2012, right? So I was like 13 years old. You do the math. But I remember those times. People was like, this shit's super soft. He's crying over women and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? All types of stuff they said about that. And now people saying today that Take Care is a classic. So I agree on that argument aspect of what Drake was telling Akademiks. Like, yeah, they gonna do this, but later on they gonna understand. I support that case. Like, I really do. Like, because I remember those times. I was getting made fun of for listening to Take Care. I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, y'all niggas just don't get women. Like, y'all don't understand it. Like, and that's okay. That's fine. But don't try to make fun of the nigga because
then
you don't.
Now people call that album classic, right? Yeah. And let me see what else. Yeah, I don't think he's really put up anything else that's kind of. But all I'm saying is that this feels. Is this Pharrell?
No, I don't think that is.
Heat. This does feel like a different response to his music beat out that I've ever seen. It feels more Nicki than Drake in his social media responses. And again, I'm pretty sure he would have a response to this like, yo, bro, like, nigga, I told you, I only lashed out at Drake, lashed out at Joe because he went personal. But I do think he seems like he's monitoring if people don't like this, and he cares a lot in the moment, rather than say, you know what, say what y'all gonna say. I'm gonna come back in 2 months and see if y'all still feel the same, right? Okay, I'll move on for that, but I'll get to the Joe Budden thing. So Joe Budden was on Clubhouse last night, and this was Joe responding, or actually kind of like carrying on the conversation about why he said what he said on the podcast. Here he is.
A year. You don't.
That's why I said let someone else speak. That's why I said not Annie, not Bang. Hey, Bang. No, but sometimes you're not old enough to really have this conversation.
Wow. I want to hear him 22 like that. I'm 31 years old.
He is old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old enough. Maybe.
Act like that. Yeah, you. On you, I've watched like since I've been in hip hop, bro. I watched you, everything you did, bro. Video games, music, your podcast. I watched your entire transition.
All right, hold on. Let me outside, man. You making me. Don't let the dogs bark. All right. Okay, so now tell me why you feel like what I said was personal.
No, because you said he like rapping like a kid, like he appealing to the kid. And it's like
That's exactly what he did.
he did.
But first off, you supposed to. Yeah. It's a business at the end of the day. He got to appeal some type of stuff to the kids, though. No weird shit, but for real.
Rap, sort of like what I'm saying on Her Law. He appealed to that same audience. This particular album.
No, Her Loss was fire, though.
It's a lot of songs that should have been on Yachty's album. There's a few songs that just sound like it's for the TikTok young streaming demo, which is cool. But when you are the leader of the pack, you choose how to dictate. So it's disappointing to hear him talk like Lil Uzi Vert or Travis Scott or Playboy Cardi or all of these niggas he's trying to mimic. Drake don't need Lil Yachty in the studio to help him with nothing. That nigga's Jesus in this shit damn near. Yachty does not.
By the way, I think Joe's saying that Drake was sounding like Playboy Cardi and Uzi. That's hyperbole, which means he's just exaggerating a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was just basically saying that new young crowd, and even now we got to be honest, like, ain't Uzi about to be 30. So again, Uzi isn't really the youngest. It's the Destroy Lonely and the Ken Carsons and the Yeats and the
Lil Scorpio King.
new one that really, the kids are paying attention to, definitely on TikTok and other places, but they haven't gotten that mainstream shine yet.
Yeah, I haven't got that mainstream shine yet, baby. You feel me? But it's coming.
Vulnerable. Drake is at the top. You shouldn't have been more vulnerable earlier in your career.
He was, but that's Drake though. Pause. Like that's just Drake though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to the new underground 2023. The new underground, we coming up. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we get that mainstream look, because let me tell y'all something. I'm coming to change the sound. I'm coming to offer something new. Like you go listen to my music, you can tell I got my own sound. Yeah, I look up to Drake. I look up to artists like Party Next Door. I fuck with Playboy Cardi. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but we're coming up though. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a wave switch. And but take it like with Drake though, like right, he hops on a new wave. That's what type of artist he is. That's how he stays relevant. You know what I'm saying? Not saying because Drake is the GOAT. I'm not saying he needs to fuck with a Lil Yachty to stay relevant, but with him fucking with a Lil Yachty, actually put icing on the cake. Because why wouldn't you not want the young audience? It's a business, right? And honestly, kids and women are like the two biggest consumers, like that will actually buy stuff. That will actually, so him, targeting the women and the kids, I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Not even on no weirdo shit though. Like for real, I don't see nothing wrong with that though. Like I think Joe Budden talking about like a Jay-Z, like what Jay-Z did with 4444. Not everybody's trying to go that route, bro. Not everybody's trying to, like, that's kind of boring too. Like, ain't nobody trying to, like, nigga, like Drake is not J. Cole, nigga. He's not finna. J. Cole mentioned him dropping the Fall Off album, right? Okay, wait for J. Cole. J. Cole gonna give you what you're looking for as far as the older aspect of it, of life and stuff like that. J. Cole gonna give you that. So just wait for J. Cole, nigga. There you go. Leave Drake alone.
You should have been a better rapper earlier in your career. And if that's still there, which it clearly is, he'll Instagram some bars. That shit Instagram was heat this morning. Whatever the one that ended with the Toronto kids. That was heat. Nigga, put it on a project. I'm a core Drake fan. So yeah, I was there for comeback season.
By the way, as I listened to this conversation, remember when me and Boom were talking, I was realizing, first of all, I don't think none of this stuff is that like personal and like people like trying to get it. Well, Joe did get a little personal, but for the rest of people, I think we're finally seeing Drake's fan base has always been like this huge monolith where even if you're 40 or you're 17, you're almost still okay with the content. I think we're finally at the point where everybody who is 31, 32 plus, right? that listen to Drake and the niggas who are in their 20s and teens that listen to Drake, there's beef. There's beef because now
I agree.
the music, like Drake, you know, one thing about Drake, he's always been great at making music for like this palette of people where international people would be fed. People who love R&B would be fed. The hip hop purists who are backpack niggas who would be fed. Like he would make music for a wide variety and a range of people, which is, by the way, always made it tough for him to make a bona fide classic because he has to make classic songs and put the shit together in all and still check all these boxes. We're finally at the point with Drake where I think the oldest of his supporters, which I think the oldest of his supporters call themselves the core, because they're under the assumption that if you're a core fan of Drake, you love So Far Gone, right? You love Thank Me Later and Take Care, and that kind of birthed him, and obviously nothing was the same, birthed him into this fucking phenom and Megatron that he becomes. So it's the first time we're seeing the top half of Drake's fan base are now beefing with the bottom half. Because again, there is a lot of people that are saying, yo, no, this shit is hard. What are you talking about? And those are usually the youngest of the fans, right? So you have his older fans beefing with the youngest of fans. And remember I told you, back to that fork in the road thing, I think Drake is like, yo, listen, you know, without him saying it, like I remember when Jay-Z said, niggas want my old shit, go buy my old album. I think Drake is kind of there saying, yo, you want that, Drake? Well, go listen to that, Drake, because I am moving forward. And not saying he's trying to isolate people, but he is moving forward in what he finds forward. And yeah, it is what it is. Let me keep playing.
He said, I know how shit's supposed to sound. Can't nobody talk Drake with me.
Oh, you want me to mention comeback season? I see you, but by the way, let me read some donation. Ferland's Gamer says, I'm waiting for the day you crash out on Drake. See, yeah, some of y'all got bad intentions, man. David Unick, thank you for 5. He said, yo, please take some time to listen to your review. You want me to listen to my review of Views and listen to Joe Budden's review of Views with 2023 years. It's the same talking points. You know, that's probably a good, conversation. Remember, people were saying that like Views wasn't that good. I think I liked Views, but a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah, I like
a lot of people like, yo,
Views
More Life is better than Views. I was like, Views better than More Life. But Views was more updated. Interesting. All right. If I have time.
And because of Drake here's the thing. Take it like a J. Cole, take like a Kendrick, right? And I'm just naming them out just for this example. Not talking about all around, but they're in a box. And there's nothing wrong with them being in the box because they exceed at being in that box that they are in. But Drake hits their box, pause, and other boxes. You feel me? Like me, myself, like I make all genres, bro, for real. Like I don't just stick to backpack rap or just R&B or just hip hop, just trap, no, or just Afro beats. No, I do it all. So when you do it all, it's like you're gonna have different audiences. You know what I'm saying? So Drake has to he has to give you that one dance type of song. He has to give you that 8 a.m. in Charlotte that matches up to the 9 a.m. in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Type of songs all in one package. So if you don't like a certain type of genre or whatever, just skip it. That don't mean it's not a classic. It's just what it is. Like, nigga, it's a business at the end of the day, right? It's a business. And Joe know business, so nigga, it's just business. And also, I feel like Drake is like, shit, I'd rather be good with the cool kids, with the kids that's coming up than you niggas. Like, you niggas, okay, you like my old stuff? Okay, go back to the old stuff and listen to it. Because I'm gonna get paid either way. And whatever the case may be. Y'all go back to the old stuff. But right now, I'd rather just get the kids. Like, and I agree, as far as on the business aspect, like you can't hate on that if that is the case. I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just saying for this conversation in particular, if that's the case.
Maybe I'll do it all.
Also, like I can speak on this too, because it's like, bro, I've been messing with Drake since he was on Degrassi, like when he first started rapping and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? With the mixtapes and stuff like that. Like, so I know, I know my history. You feel me? So that's why when you guys be trying to make fun of me because I'm telling you Drake the GOAT. No, nigga, I'm not. This is not a bandwagon situation. I know, like, I've been following this man's career. It just so happened he's the #1 artist. It just so happened he's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? It could be anybody. I know plenty of people say plenty of people was their favorite artist. That's your artist's fault that they didn't make it to the highest extents of their career. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Just because your artist didn't make it that high, that ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. You feel me? It really don't. Like, but you ain't finna cap on, person like Drake or whatever because of your artist didn't make it where they needed to be made it. You feel me? You want to have a conversation about who the great is and all this extra shit. Y'all don't be knowing what y'all be talking about sometimes. Not y'all that's watching me because y'all know what's up, especially if you're watching.
If I have time, I'll do the whole stream, right? Daddy Logic, thank you for 5. He says, yo, Drake is having issues with becoming older. That's why he's lashing out. I don't think he's having issues with him growing older. I seen his father comment something today, and it's not that I believe Drake's having a problem with aging. I think he, or maybe the people around him too, they're having a problem with y'all trying to throw him in the act your age bucket. Yo, act your age, buddy. Yo, bro, you still rapping about that? You old now. Like, that one of those, right? Like, you know how we do with Nicki Minaj a little bit? Let's be honest. Remember when we say, yo, auntie, stop rolling around the Thanksgiving table. Like, yo, you fucking up the stuffing and the mashed potatoes. And yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? We're basically telling her, like, yo, act like someone who's 45. I think Drake is fighting that. He's a youthful person. He's always made music for the bachelors, the people who are, just youthful in spirit. And I think he has an issue with people telling him to make music for a lifestyle he's not living yet, right? Drake doesn't come across like the nigga who's living the Jay-Z lifestyle, which, like, no disrespect to Jay-Z. Jay-Z is walking down the beach with Jack Dorsey and his wife, and he's wearing these open toe chancletas. You know what I mean? Like, he's not trying to hit the club and trying to turn up. Like, Jay's in a different world. So if Jay came back and be like, yeah, I'm fucking all these bitches sucking my dick, yo, I'm about to bag a hoe, we'd be looking at him like, yo, bro, that's not your life right now. Like, in reality, that's just not your life. I think with Drake, despite his age, that is Drake's life. Like, yeah. Drake is rapping still about the things that he's doing. Now, you might have a critique to say, dog, you should grow past it, but who are we to tell a nigga when he should stop doing certain shit? You get what I mean? If I had $1 billion and I'm 37 and every bitch on planet Earth want me and I can do whatever I want, man, come on now. Anyway, let me keep this going.
That's besides the point.
So I can't really hear what you're saying. You spitting like internet propaganda. Like you just
wow, that's what I said. How? I listened to the album.
But what you're saying is a personal attack on what I felt when I listened to the album.
By the way, MDA's 251, he says, Drake should have put out Scary Hours and kept working on the album. This sounds like a recorded on tour album. I feel that way. Now, I'm not going to say how he should put it out, because I think for Scary Hours, I think he could have dropped a 3-song EP, right? And by the way, some of the songs, like even that freestyle he did on the radio, I thought that could have been part of it. I think he could have dropped 3 songs, we would have gave him until the end of the year to drop some hot shit. But I do think he likes dropping in October for whatever reason. Obviously, his birthday's coming up. But hey, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's contractually he wanted to drop now. By the way, also, Gene C, thank you for 5. He says, to be honest with you, why does Nicki get shitted on for doing the same thing Drake and others rappers do? Gene C, I would ask you what exactly, right? Like, shit, I think Drake is getting shitted on right now for him doing something that we associate with Nicki. Nicki is always like she's a legend, but she's involved in like little petty shit, right? Which is like, yo, why is the legend the best female rapper of all time, like, in this? That's why I think this is the only thing I think is jumping off the page with Drake. Like, who knows? Maybe in 2 weeks, everybody comes around and say, yo, Drake album's fire. Or, oh, shit, it wasn't that bad type shit. You know what I mean? What's jumping off the page right now is, yo, we ain't never see Drake act like this. And that's the Nicki thing for me. Like,
yeah, he is acting
like that for since 2018, since Cardi B came on the scene. Nicki's been acting just like that. Like she's insecure. She doesn't know who she is, that she needs to be competing at the moment. Like she.
Well, I respect Drake acting like this now. Actually, is even better because it's like, okay, I let y'all talk all that extra stuff. Because it's kind of different when you talk about stuff and you're not putting no numbers on the board. It's like you're begging your coach to put you in the game, but when I do put you in the game on the fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, you know what I'm saying? You don't do anything. So over these years, what Drake said he was in the game, 15 years or something like that? I don't know, bro. But over all of these years, he's been putting numbers on the board. And y'all still are not satisfied. Now, mind you, people are never going to be satisfied. It don't matter what nobody does. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. MJ, Michael Jackson, he's the #1 artist of all time. And people still talk about him, whether it's music or not music. I'm just saying in general. So negative and positive, right? So you're never going to be able to satisfy anybody in anything you're doing. But just on a grand scheme of things, just how far Drake came and still able to maintain. Let's take out Lil Wayne putting him on, signing him. Let's take out the couple of Billboard hits. Even though he got a lot of Billboard hits, I'm not doing all of that. What I'm saying is, let's take all that out. Just for him to still be in a conversation, bro. You got to give him credit. Now, as far as the album, I told y'all in the other video, bro, one of my videos. You know, if you haven't saw it, go watch it. But I feel more different about the album now. When I first listened to it, I was not feeling it. It is what it is. I was not feeling it. I stand on that. But after a few listens, after I was watching the lyrics, seeing what he was saying, seeing what he was talking about, and that's another thing too. Maybe some of you niggas can't relate to what he's talking about. And that's okay, because you're supposed to, at least your favorite artist is supposed to be somebody you can relate to, that you don't have to look up to them, but look up to them. They're on subject, you know, they're more than likely in your age range, more than likely. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Drake is not in my age range, and I still understand what the hell he was saying, bro. So it's like, this is what I'm saying though. Like, but yeah, y'all got to give that man some credit, bro. Y'all got to give that man some credit. His album is basically fire now. Like, I feel like it's fire now. I still got to grow with it a little bit more. Far as me saying if it's his best album, worst album, or just rank it, period, I actually need some more time for that. Now that I can't speak on, I don't know yet. But I do know when views dropped as well, people was talking. You know what I'm saying? Something I do like when what Drake does that I don't think he didn't necessarily do on his For All the Dogs album. Take like a Views, take like a More Life or whatever, or what's that other? Nothing Was the Same, where he towards the end of the album or whatever, he'll have it where he's talking about his life, like literally just his life, and he's like just saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really like too.
Thirst for attention with the current crop of people, not knowing she is considered the greatest female rapper of all time. Drake is the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Drake, whether he drops a song and you might be like, yo, remember when he dropped 2C Slide? He's not online. Everybody was like, that's just for the kids, TikTok shit. He's not online cussing people out or being upset that people don't like it. Okay, you don't like this one? You know I'm coming with some other shit later. All right, fine, fuck it. We'll move on. You get what I mean? I guess that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go back a little bit and then I'm gonna just play it because the point here was to get Joe's opinion. Here we go.
Or Travis Scott or Playboy Cardi or all of these niggas he's trying to mimic. Drake don't need Lil Yachty in the studio to help him with nothing. That nigga's Jesus in this shit damn near. Yachty does not need to be there. The older you get in music, you shouldn't be less vulnerable. Drake is at the top. You shouldn't have been more vulnerable earlier in your career. You shouldn't have been a better rapper earlier in your career. And if that's still there, which it clearly is, because he'll Instagram some bars. That shit in Instagram was heat this morning. Whatever the one that ended with the Toronto kids. That was heat. Nigga, put it on a project. I'm a core Drake fan. So yeah, I was there for comeback season. I know how shit's supposed to sound. Can't nobody talk Drake with me. He know that.
Yeah, I remember comeback season.
So I can't really hear what you're saying. You spitting like
But
internet propaganda.
But also, even take it back to comeback season, bro. See, here's the thing about, because if we want to really go, I'm not gonna go super deep into it, but as an artist, bro, you grow, right? So take it back to comeback season. He was mostly rapping, but he also was giving you the insight of him bringing that singing around, but not really. You know, he wasn't really in his bag then. And I can say that because on my first project, Hard Shit Only, not to make this about me, but shit, y'all watching me, so I am gonna make it about me. What you talking about? It's my platform. Anyway, my project, Hard Shit Only, I ain't know how to sing like that. You feel me? I was mostly rapping on there. You feel me? I had a couple of melodies, but I couldn't. And that shit was like, honestly, I'll say this, it was horrible, bro. Like, as far as the singing songs, not the rapping songs, but like the singing songs, it wasn't, as far as skill wise. I'm talking about not the song itself, but the skill. My skill wasn't as developed. Fast forward, Drake is super developed now. Like, he's 1000% skills developed, skills. And I'm not saying his skills wasn't developed in the middle, but I'm just saying, if we talk about comeback season, bro, you can't use that because that's super old. That's when he was first getting started. That don't really count for real. It don't really count, you know, skills wise.
Yeah. For Drake fan. So yeah, I was there for comeback season. I know how shit's supposed to sound. Can't nobody talk Drake with me. He know that. So I can't really hear what you're saying. You spitting like internet propaganda. Like you just
wow, that's what I said.
Huh? By the way, I know I wasn't trying to pause, but I do have to pause it here to say this. It was interesting when Drake, said what he said in my comment section, and this is when I realized just the power of really celebrity, right? Because obviously, Drake is just like the fucking biggest, right? In terms of like that type of stuff. But when Drake said to Joe, yo, you failed at music, blah, blah, basically saying, how can a failed musician tell a successful musician how to do music, or what he's doing is wrong and whatever. You know what that reminded me of? Like, I seen mad people co-sign, like, I ain't gonna lie, Drake got a point.
I mean, he
did.
do.
A nigga who failed at music tell him. So if that's what any of y'all thought, how could you say anything to Drake? If Joe can't say nothing to Drake, you can't say nothing to Drake. I can't say nothing to Drake. Basically, we just gotta sit here and take whatever he gives us. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not necessarily.
Like, obviously, like, a lot of the think about sports. A lot of coaches weren't great players themselves. But I see a lot of people trying to validate it. But in reality, because Drake, Drake rarely goes in and disses and violates a nigga like that. So when he did,
well, he
everybody jumped on it.
Just be on his song.
Yo, this is the biggest ether ever. How could a failed artist tell a successful artist how to do it? Well, how could a fan tell an artist how to make music? Why do y'all complain about music? For anybody who thought that, you should never complain about music because you don't make music. How could a non-musician tell the musician how to make music? Do you get what I mean?
But I don't think that's what Drake meant.
Criticism here. We're only talking about criticism.
I feel like the response that Drake gave to Joe Budden was personal, bro. And Joe Budden knows that. It was personal. Drake don't care about that nigga being a failed or whatever the case may be. He just threw that jab just because, but you could tell that shit is personal though. That wasn't a regular response. That wasn't like somebody just saying, "Oh, your song sucks," and you gonna come out with that. No, he probably would have ignored that. Like, he would have ignored that. But that was like on some personal stuff. And I get where Drake's saying, like, okay, you don't make music, my nigga. Da, 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 da. He's not saying as far as you judging it, because of course it does need criticism, and of course they do have coaches in sports and stuff who guide them and stuff like that. So yeah, I support that. So it's really like a 50-50. Akademiks do got a point though. He do got a point. You feel me? Like we do need judges, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, whether it don't matter. But also when you're a coach, you have to give accurate feedback. Accurate. It has to be accurate. It can't be how you feel. Maybe Drake feel like that's just how Joe Budden is feeling, and he's not really saying the real. He's just in his feelings. So there's a difference, but it's really a 50-50. I understand where Akademiks coming from there.
Oh, listen to the album. Drop the
but what you're saying is a personal attack on what I felt when I listened to the album. And our ears ain't gonna hear it the same.
No, you're right. But
different things.
Right, but what I'm saying is you're saying that you basically saying that it sounds childish. I don't feel like it sounds childish. I feel like
Yeah, it don't sound
when
childish.
I look at a 36-year-old, like I'm just only using this as an example. When Home dropped that 36 and niggas was saying he was rapping like saying too grown shit, whereas like, yeah, only grown niggas can relate to this. It's like, all right, that's cool. If you want to do that, that's cool. But you can't be mad at a nigga that still want to be young because when niggas listen to his music, they don't see age. When you listen to a nigga like Drake or Future, you don't see age.
Wait, that is weird. That's you. You speaking for you.
I'm saying that most people that I know that.
Wait, but that's where I'm confused. You have the right to speak for you and feel however the fuck you want to feel when you listen to this project. I'm not intervening in your thoughts on it. So why do you get to intervene in mine?
No, I don't.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow.
Yo, and
What you mean?
And
I'm giving up.
No, because no. You wasn't even here, Max.
yeah, but let them talk. You
Yeah, like
Because it's
you
very
trying to put extras. You putting extras
yeah,
on it.
everything I said, Joe come and say it and wasn't that
He didn't say nothing that you said, bro.
just that you got a whole I just said that you don't know what you're talking about.
Nah,
you
bang, she
You said Joe never cared to. No, but she said no. She said Joe. She said Joe. Hey, Felicia. She said Joe never cared to be the best, biggest.
No, once again, what I spoke to is you said when rappers go in, they think everything they make is a hit. I said I know.
No, I never said that.
You did. I'm gonna tell you.
I said they want to make a hit. Every time they go in the studio, niggas want to make a hit.
Some niggas go to the studio just to rap, just to release, just to get shit off their chest. Bang, everybody not going to look for a hit. I'm telling you that.
No, that's fact.
You get in the industry and your life depend on it. You rapper trying to pay your bills.
Y'all niggas lie.
We not talking. We not talking. Bro, we talking about niggas that's in the music business. Okay, all right, cool. Let me still get back to Joe. He not a nigga that fuck as a man. What the fuck? 10 years in the NBA.
It's like
Okay. So that was as much as he contributed. For me, I'm, I understand both sides a bit. I do think Joe went a little personal. I think Drake has an all right to respond to that.
Exactly.
But I also stand on the side that
Same
if
energy.
we are consumers of Drake's music, we should be able to criticize him.
No, that's facts. I
And as
do
long
agree
as
with that part.
These critiques are based in music, why not? Anyway, perfect. So I think that's about it in some of the responses, right? Anything else? Anything else? All right. By the way, randomly, and this is not necessarily a Drake-ish thing, right? This is not like a Drake-ish thing. Hey, could I get like a check? And by the way, Stu talking about, there's a lot of, you know where my chat cleans are coming from? It's not Facebook, YouTube. Like they're crazy. By the way, that's why I shout out Felicia on our Facebook just now. Not Facebook, I mean, fuck, YouTube. We do stream on Facebook too, though. Can we get an age check of everybody in here? Like just spam an age. Like if you don't want to spam an age, just say, are you in your 20s, 30s? Are you in your teens? And the reason why I asked that is because of that donation that was sent earlier where someone says, they believe that Drake is having issues with becoming older. And, as I was thinking about it, I'm like, what? No. You know what I mean? Like, shit. I remember for the longest, you got to remember, think about me, right, bro? I started like this YouTube shit, like early 20s, my guy, right? So I'm early 20s, I'm doing this. And I've always been known as, yo, Act is like the biggest outlet connected to the youth, connected to the youngest like artists that feeds a fan base of kids. At a point, I was always going to be 30, right? And you know, mentally, I had to realize like, hey, listen, your job is just to be natural with yourself. So if you're still listening to drill music at 70, it is what it is. I don't really look at age like that. But age in talk media is way different than age in hip hop, right? Like, for example, I hope y'all still listen to me when I'm 50, right? But I don't think my age being 50 will matter that much as long as I'm being fair and as long as I'm being youthful. Like if I'm still listening to that shit, I'm whatever. In rap, it's almost like a death sentence, right? Like a rapper's age is like a woman hitting 30. It's like proverbially, right? Like you know how sometimes dudes act like when women are hitting 30, like they're about to die. But you got no kids, you hitting 30. It's like, yo, like you're on a time clock, right?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I'm in my 20s, so as a rapper, well, honestly, they really say stuff like if you haven't made it, like if you haven't made it yet, when you get super old, like older, especially like the 30s, they be like type shit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm in my 20s, so I don't worry about shit like that. But I'm just saying though, but I feel like when you get older, not saying everything has to change. I do agree with some stuff has to change, but for you to point out one particular, like I gotta be on some Jay-Z type shit because I'm 50 now. Yeah, I don't feel like that makes any sense. Now, if you're 50 and you got a wife, you got kids, you know what I'm saying? All this other stuff, and at that point, you kind of do. I feel like it's circumstances, you know what I'm saying? And just to bring it back to Drake part, number one, he's a Scorpio like myself, you know what I'm saying? It hits different when you a Scorpio and you in this music stuff. It hit different. Go to Google, search about Scorpio zodiac sign. It's gonna hit different. It hits different when you go to Google and learn about Scorpios. Because once you learn about Scorpios and you go listen to a Future, you go listen to a Drake or anybody else that's a Scorpio, go listen to a LilScorpioKing, you know what I'm saying? You will get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will get it. And not only that, bro, just at the height that Drake is, he can decide if he want to do this, go this route, or go this route. Because of course, on his personal time, he's making as much money as a Jay-Z. He more than likely did the shit that Jay-Z done, but he don't have to necessarily rap about it again. You feel me? But yeah, as a rapper, it's actually harder though, for real. As far as the age do matter, bro. DJ Akademiks is speaking on a podcast talking. Nigga, of course, when you turn 50, you still can talk about this stuff because nigga, you're a podcaster. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you'll still go in that old nigga realm. Like, it is what it is. Everybody got to experience it. I'm gonna experience being an old nigga, like, you know, God willing. So it's like you just gotta deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Then the young is gonna come in, you know. I know young people gonna come up after me. So I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this because this is the best part. This is the best time being young. You feel me? And whatever.
Whatever. In rap, it's almost like a death sentence, right? Like a rapper's age is like a woman hitting 30. It's like proverbially, right? Like you know how sometimes dudes act like when women are hitting 30, like they're about to die. But you got no kids, you hitting 30. It's like, yo, like you're on a time clock, right? And I'm wondering, does Drake really have an issue, or is he thinking about aging like that? And you know what clip came to mind? Do you remember the interview he did with Yachty? Drake Yachty. Let's go, Drake Yachty. Oh, this interview is a moody conversation. There's a part in the conversation where age is kind of brought up, and I remember Drake was just like, "Oh shit!" Like, you know what I mean? It was like, somebody give me the timestamp. It was basically, it was a slight exchange between them, and it was just kind of like, it made it obvious that Drake was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "The dog." I'm like, "Way older than you," type shit. You know what I mean? And you know, if you ever listen to music, like for example, I listen to dance, so there's this brilliant artist called Alkaline, right? Came in the game really young. His thing was I was the youngest. He's like, I'm the youngest in charge. Okay, that was like 8 years ago. Now he's like 27 or 26 going into 30. That's no longer his thing. And he has to kind of mold his, because that was his brand. He's the youngest and the hottest. Like, by the way, even Youngboy, like Youngboy was like, that was kind of part of his brand. That he's this young kid who's really competing with these older vets. Does anybody have a timestamp for me? Yeah, somebody says Future is almost, and he has to kind.
As an artist coming up, or I feel like as anybody coming up, and you're young coming up, you know, you can be an older person and anything. You know, you can start if you got a dream, you need something you need to do. It don't matter about your age. Now, when that comes to your dream, getting something accomplished, it don't matter about your age. But if you do have the luxury to be young and doing something, you can use that as your advantage. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But yeah, you are going to get older. You are going to get older, you know, and you should want to get older. You know what I'm saying? You should want to get older, but it's going to backfire for sure because now you're getting older, et cetera, et cetera. So you can't use, oh, I'm the youngest doing this, I'm the young. You can't use that. You're not gonna be able to use that. So you're gonna have to switch it up however you switch it up. And it's not gonna be as easy as when you was younger. You know what I'm saying? So I do, you know, it is what it is. And people gotta live with that. You know what I'm saying? Even myself, as I get older, I gotta live with that. You feel me? I'll be quick to tell a motherfucker, look, I'm young, nigga, and whatever. But I know a couple of years I ain't gonna be able to say no shit like that anymore. And that's fine. That's okay. But you can't use it forever though.
And mold his, because that was his brand. He's the youngest and the hottest. Like, by the way, even Youngboy, like Youngboy was like that was kind of part of his brand. That he's this young kid
Nigga, that was
really competing with these older vets. Does anybody have a timestamp for me? Yeah, somebody says Future is almost 40. I think Future doesn't make it a thing. You get what I mean? Future doesn't like his music. If Future was making the same music at 50, I don't think I would care.
Yeah, he's an exception.
Right? Like, put like this. Lil Durk, if you never knew that Lil Durk was like, how old is Lil Durk? If you never knew Lil Durk was,
he probably like 26. He probably like
if you
26.
never knew, yo, Durk is 30.
Oh, he 30?
If you just listen to the content of his music, you would definitely think Durk is like 24, 25.
Bro.
Do you get what I mean? So,
bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Akademiks actually has a point. He actually has a point now. I did not know Lil Durk was 30 years old, bro. That shit do hit different. I didn't know he was 30 years old. But if you think about it, y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Even though I'm not old right now, you know, whatever, I will still cap on the age because people, well, not cap, but troll on the age. But because people gravitate to that more. You feel me? Like they'll gravitate. Like if somebody younger doing something that you might be an older person and then you see a younger person doing something, you gonna feel some type of way. Like it's just good. It's just good marketing. I'm gonna be real with you. It is what it is. You know, the young is all about the youngins. It's all about this and that. You feel me? But yeah, I mean, just listen to Lil Durk music. He don't give off 30. He don't give off 30. And most, mind you, if you go to Google and you search these artists' ages for real, like on some real stuff, like even a Lil Yachty. I'm gonna look up a Lil Yachty age. Hold on, I'm look up a Lil Yachty age. I'm look up a Lil Yachty age. A Lil Yachty is, I'm gonna have my guess because me and Lil Yachty, we're around the same age. my guess, Lil Yachty is like 27. My guess. It says Lil Yachty is actually he's 20. He's 26. So Lil Yachty is still young in a sense. But yeah, he's still young. But if you go to like a Lil Uzi Vert though, Lil Uzi is like Lil Uzi Vert is 28, bro. Lil Yachty is, I mean not Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi is 28. Now he's been in the game for a long time, so he don't really count like that. But good thing he blew up, so whatever. But yeah, Lil Uzi is 28 years old, bro. So this is what I'm saying. And not only that, I hope y'all know, this is what I be trying to tell people too. When you doing stuff like me, and when you going into this entertainment career, like especially on some independent stuff before you get signed, or if you are going to sign or whatever, or before you get to your biggest height, honestly, bro, you're going to be a little older for real. Because the reason why it works out that way sometimes, because you got to figure out stuff. Like I got to figure out a whole lot of stuff that people already up here that already knows. So you got to take all that in a heat. You feel me? So anything that I say that to say anything that you're chasing, don't worry about the age stuff, bro. I mean, if you are young, use it for your marketing, but don't get too invested into it because it really don't matter at the end of the day. It really don't. Because you look at most artists' ages, bro, they're going to be old as hell. I'm going to be real with you. Now, when they first came out, though, they was not old as hell. And that's just for the majority. Any YouTuber or artist, if you look from when they started doing what they're doing to now, they're going to be old as hell because it's like for the majority. Now, you might get 1 or 2, 3, but every day you're not going to have a Kai Cenat every day. And let's look up Kai Cenat age. Kai Cenat is he's 21. Okay, cool. But he's in an exception, right? So that don't happen every day though. As far as this, I'm talking about for the entertainment lane. The entertainment lane, you're not going to get too many people that's on a Kai Cenat level. On his level, you're not going to get too many young people that's on his level. Now you're going to get young people that's below his level that's doing what they're doing. Yeah, sure, but you're not going to get nobody that's as popular, as making more money, and as successful he is at that age, especially if they're a man like myself and maybe like you. But seriously, they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because mind you, Lil Durk, Ben came out. So him being 30 is really honestly not a surprise because this nigga been out for the longest, but look how long it took him to get on. Lil Durk been on for real. If I want to be honest, he been on for his hottest, him being the hottest, has been the past 3 years for real. If you want to be realistically, if you want to be realistic, so that's what I'm saying. So you take like a Kai Cenat. So y'all be looking at a Kai Cenat. Okay, he's 21. He's super young. Those are exceptions, my nigga. But for the majority of the people that's in the entertainment lane, I'm not talking about anything else because anything else you can just go to college and you automatically got a career. No, that's why this is a sacrifice because you got to put in lawyer years for this shit, bro. Like real shit. Got to put in lawyer years, and everybody don't get lucky at first. Kai Cenat was just lucky, so that's why he's still super fucking young, and whatever. So yeah, you got to pay attention to shit like that.
Could somebody give it a timestamp though? Please give it that timestamp if you can.
And I had to break it down. Y'all know I'm gonna break it down.
I'll come back to the conversation of, I don't know if you guys are in entertainment. So, if you're working a regular job, like growing older is just not that a bad thing. Obviously, if you're a woman, there's what I'm saying. Societal pressures that, it almost kind of make it feels like you're devalued because you're older or you're 30.
And that's what I'm saying, you guys. That's basically what I was trying to say. Like, basically, like, nigga, you and me, we're probably playing a different game here. I'm playing a whole other game. You're playing, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not even talking about whatever, but you're playing literally the regular life game. So of course you getting older, you having grandkids. That ain't you just watching, not like that, but I'm just saying it's just whatever. So you don't care about getting. I mean, of course you want to get older. Everybody, you should want to get older, but that's not the point. We're talking about entertainment wise. Like the younger person always on the top. You feel me? It's a young. You heard the term "young man's game." Yeah, when it comes to this entertainment shit, it is the young man's game. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get lucky like a Drake or something. But I'm just saying, our future. You know, but everybody's an exception though. You feel me? But that's what I'm saying. So you're not gonna pay attention to your age like that or worry about your age if you're not in the entertainment lane because it honestly don't matter. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You'll see a lot of doctors, lawyers that's older. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, who cares? Like, nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. Like, I'm just being real. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, nobody cares. So that's pretty much what I was getting. That's something I meant to mention as well. Though.
Plus, but like dudes for the most part, like them aging doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, it don't
Actually,
matter.
it's probably a benefit because they're making more money.
Yeah, that too.
And nobody kind of looks at like a cap of what you could do in terms of your job. Think about if you work a regular job. The person probably getting paid the most, been there the longest, probably one of the oldest. Yeah. It's fine. It is what it is. But in hip hop, is so centric on the youth that it's the only place where people, like the majority of hip hop artists, initially come into the game lie about their age, right? It's like normal.
Yeah.
Yo, cut a couple of years off that you could keep a couple of years on later, right? Or you try to hang with younger people, or you just try to seem youthful. You do surgeries to keep that younger physique. You see Diddy in them. Diddy, have you seen Diddy in the pandemic? He's completely great. Diddy now, he's not walking around with that great shit. Like his shit is, him and Khaled, they're gonna be still trying to look youthful, at least in their 30s. They don't want to be looking up like a 50-year-old man, right? Somebody said start at 23, go to 650. Oh, y'all are just trolling me now. Oh, Drill says it's 805. Oh, y'all just trolling me. It's 805. I know Drill not gonna troll me. Here we go.
Like, I don't know. Like, I also really need like a house in Turks.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a song, it's on Views where you said something about retiring at 35. When you got close to 35,
like hearing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to go back to that comment via the donation, like, I've never thought about that when it came to Drake. Like, does Drake kind of, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, truthfully. You see, when Nicki start doing the little things and I need to get at Nicki, I remind her that she's a grandma.
What is this beef with Nicki?
I hit her with the age thing because, and by the way, play this. People could say, yo, you're in your 30s, my nigga. Bro, I'm a media personality. My age does not matter.
It don't matter.
Listen, when I'm 50, I'll be like, you're 50.
Yeah, even with this YouTube stuff, you guys, like, I can do this YouTube shit all day now. Like, it don't matter about my age when it's YouTube. Now the music, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm young right now, so music shit don't matter either. But I'm just saying, as far as I can do the YouTube shit, and like you said, the media shit, that the age don't matter in that type of lane. That's why you hear Joe Budden talking, wild on his podcast about Drake. Because age don't matter when it comes to that stuff. Now, I meant to say only music for real, like music, really only music and sports as well, but not unless you're a legend and a GOAT like a LeBron, like a Tom Brady. But when even sports players, when they start getting in their 30s, slows down and they see about retiring, they might get injured, God forbid, a whole bunch of stuff. But only in music is really ages really matter, honestly. Everything else it don't really matter.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, the fuck? I'm a media personality. As a rapper, it does. Anytime when I'm getting at Nicki, I hit her with the age. Bang! Yo, menopause is around the corner. Yo, shorty. Like, come on, man. Like, yo, auntie. Right? I do that. I definitely do that. But I've never thought about Drake having to, like, because I think for women, it's more of that than men. But listen to Drake kind of like, deal with the age question.
And then, like, I don't know. Like, I also really need like a house in Turks.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a song, it's on Views where you said something about retiring at 35. When you got close to 35,
I hate hearing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it the other night while we were at the
Yeah, people always say that. When you were younger, did you think 35 was
really old?
Yeah. Yeah. You thought like
music wise it is, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, just like maybe that's like I think that
were you like 26 then?
I was young, yeah. I think like that and maybe I could have done without like shitting on people for age, like or
which, by the way, is a very common tactic, right? Like, I know, yeah, like your act, bro, like, you usually be giving it to Nikki, and I'm not trying to pick on her, but I always say that about. I'm pretty sure Nikki now would.
Nah, I mean the age, bro. It's music, bro. It is what it is. Because I'm gonna use the tactic. I know motherfuckers gonna use it on me when I get older. It is what it is, bro. I mean that's something that you just can't fight. Like that's just something you can't. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So with Drake saying him saying girls' names and age this, bro, no, you're good, Drake. You did what you were supposed to do at that time. Just all I'm saying is use it to y'all advantage. If you are young, like myself, and when you do get up in age, just be prepared that people are going to talk about your age. Because number one, you, especially if you talked about it, and two, because I don't never heard Nicki Minaj talk about her age or anybody else's age. So whatever her and Akademiks got going on, whatever. But at the same time, I will say Nicki Minaj can't be mad at DJ Akademiks point out her age because nigga, you're still in music, you're still doing music. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You can't like there's no way of beating that, bro. It's just go with the punches and keep doing what you're doing.
Or
which, by the way, is a very common tactic, right? Like, I know, yeah, like your act, bro, like you usually be giving it to Nikki, and I'm not trying to pick on her, but
yes, you are, nigga.
I always say that about. I'm pretty sure Nikki now wishes she didn't shit on Lil Kim for age, right?
Oh, she
basically
did?
call her old and washed up, right? Because as you eventually, like, you can't avoid it.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to avoid
it. You can't avoid aging unless you're gonna die young.
Yeah.
Right. So even Drake is kind of having those same things. And by the way, like, I don't know if you know the rapper The Game. The Game was just like, yo, I think he had this line. I don't know who he was this. Was it Jay? It's like, yo, you 35 and still rapping. Oh, it's like, it was a big deal to be rapping past 35.
Saying like, or like disrupting somebody's life. I never, like, the lyrics are never with ill intent, but like I had somebody one time be like, it's not necessarily what you're saying about me, it's the fact that you said it.
What does that mean?
Like, just in the sense of like, you don't know what it does to me. Like, you don't know who my boyfriend is at the time, or you don't know who, like,
I don't care about all that.
There's another part in here. Y'all can tell me the timestamp drill, trying to get the timestamp for me.
For Dre to even be saying, mentioning what the women who he said, he put in his songs, for him to even be caring about that, like, nigga, why do you even? I don't care about her boyfriend, her now boyfriend, because mind you, I had her first, and she's part of my collection. Shout out to Future. I don't care about that nigga hearing this shit, nigga. It happened. It is what it is. Like if he's so good, comfortable with you, and y'all living so happy now, why the fuck do he care? You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck did you even tell him? You could keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Drake said they full name, or I would say your full name. I might say your first name, but no, like it's not like he said your full name. So for us to know who you exactly are, you literally have to come out and tell us that's because it's not like he's showing a picture of who you are, or I would. No, I will use your name and keep it going. It's for you to say something about it and respond to it. Even with that situation with Drake and SZA, with Drake calling out SZA confirmed it. She didn't have to confirm anything. She could have stayed quiet. And I'm not. And of course, it's not SZA. I don't think he's talking about SZA. I think he's talking about the other women from the his past albums. If you listen to Take Care and all these other albums, you'll know. But because he always says their name. But yeah, like we wouldn't know if you wouldn't brought it to the front. If you wouldn't never confirmed anything, come out, say anything, we wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm gonna use, a couple of women. It is what it is, bro. Like, just don't say anything. And if you do say something, then that's on you. You should never, like, come on now.
It's where, like, Yachty reminds him, like, how was Yachty? Yachty told him, like, yo, he's like 24. And he was like, damn, you're young.
Lil Yachty's like, 26.
Lil Yachty age. Yeah, it's like, I guess at the time Yachty was 25. And Yachty, like, reminds him of his age. Because, like, I guess we're having a conversation and, like, something was said that kind of went over the other's head. And Yachty reminded him of the age. You get what I mean? And he was like, oh shit, you're fucking, like, you're young as shit.
And to be honest with you,
build up for myself.
To be honest with you, Drake is 36, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. I didn't know Drake was even in his 30s. Like, and I didn't even know he was in his 30s until this year, until 2023. And he been in his 30s for 6 years now. Like seriously, I did not know he was. I'm gonna have to say it, that old. But he's still the GOAT though. He's still the GOAT. So don't think I'm making fun of him or anything like that. I'm just saying he's still the GOAT though. But I didn't know he was that old, bro. I really did not know he was in his 30s. I'm thinking he no, I knew he was in his late 20s though. Like if anything, I would think he's like in his late 20s, like 28. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But I ain't know that nigga was in his 30s, but it does make sense though. It does make sense. That's why I said the music game go faster than any other thing that I like. I feel like us artists, like we age faster in the music game. So it's like even take like an NBA young boy. Young boy, he's still fairly young, right? But he gonna get up there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna get up there, even with the Kai Cenats. But it don't matter about Kai Cenats because they're streamers, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Any YouTuber out there, streamer out there, you don't got to worry about your age. But if you tap into this music stuff, like me, like a DDG, you tap into this music stuff, bro, it's gonna matter. I'm trying to tell you.
So I've like tried my best to stop doing that, but I like to be
As far
honest
as
with you,
highlights
so
and conversation.
it's a that one's a push and pull. But when I was younger and I would like,
You used to do a lot. I
think
used to
it
think
was
you
so-
were making girls' names up.
no,
I knew he
never made a
wasn't. I knew he
mistake.
wasn't.
That's crazy.
Like,
I knew he wasn't.
I think that's the one thing that I would like maybe say is like just makes me kind of be like just to think it's so wavy to be young. It's not that sick. Because I'm
like
here
that,
now. Like I just left 30.
Hey, this is such an interesting reaction because Yachty kind of side eyes him, like, because Yachty's younger. Yachty's like, nah, it is kind of cool to be young, right? like, look. It's interesting where Drake is kind of like looking for a little bit of he's looking for like a little bit of oh yeah, nah, it's not, it's.
Nah, Lil Yachty knew not to support that shit. We ain't supporting that. And I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like I feel like when you're younger, you have the breathing room to make mistakes. You got the breathing room to figure out yourself. You got the breathing room just to do about any goddamn thing. Just don't catch a case. I ain't telling you to go do all that. I mean, but shit, you technically can, and hopefully, you know, you don't be too messed up, and you know, you're able to recover, and it don't be too long. Now, I ain't telling you to go do some outrageous shit, but I'm just saying, like, think about it though. Then when you get up in age, it's like now people expect. That's why they talking about Drake now with his music and shit that I don't agree with, but that's why Joe Budden is talking like he's talking because Drake is older. So now they're like, oh yeah, we expect you to goddamn nigga, we expected you to have Adonis in your music video. Like, why wouldn't you? Even though he did the right thing. But I'm just saying, like, we expect you to be on this, you know, this type of time. You feel me? So I feel like when you're older, basically when you're older, you're supposed to have your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Even though some young folks you get lucky enough, you'll have your shit together. But I'm just saying it's a requirement to have your shit together if you're older. So how the fuck is it more lit? Because now you're all put together. It's like you being perfect. It's like you know, as a kid when you was able to do certain shit, imagine certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you really thought money really grew on trees as a kid. Not literally, but you really thought that. You really thought that Santa was bringing you those presents when he really wasn't. Like you really thought that. So it's just an illusion when you're young, you know what I'm saying? Which is actually lit, nigga. It's more lit, it's more fun because ain't nobody really expecting too much out of you. So when you do something outrageous, something big and chase your dreams like I am and like you should too, they be all surprised and shit. You feel me? So it's basically like growing up too quick. Like you don't want to grow up too quick, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Like as I get older, I'm like, damn, me being a teenager, shit, I actually want to go back a little bit. You feel me? With all the knowledge I have now, though, not just go back just to go back. No, with all the knowledge I have now, that way I can build myself up to my 20s. You feel me? But in your 20s do go by quick as hell. But besides that, it's like, nah, bro, I can't stand by that with Drake. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hell no, nigga. Being young is actually more lit. It's just when you're older, you're more established, you got your shit more together. I feel like that shit boring. You know, but if it's supposed to be, but I'm not saying not to have your shit together, but I just feel like when you're older, the shit is boring now because you can't make no mistakes because motherfuckers really gonna look at your ass like you crazy. I can make all the mistakes I want right now. You can't really look at me like I'm crazy because nigga, I can use the excuse of nigga, I'm young. Fuck is you talking about? That's how I see it.
Like, because Yachty's younger. Yachty's like, nah, it is kind of cool to be young, right? like, Like, look. It's interesting where Drake is kind of like looking for a little bit of a.
Yeah, he thought a lot of was
like
gonna back him up
little
on
bit
that.
of a. Oh yeah, nah, it's not. Yeah, it ain't nothing about being in your 20s. You can see like that's like a look of, yo, are you gonna validate what I'm thinking? And Yachty's kind of like, just what? That's why I try.
Left 35, right? And it's like,
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
You should do a lot. I used to think you were making girls' names up.
no, I don't think I've ever made a girl's name up.
That's crazy.
In life. I think that's the one thing that I would like maybe say is like just makes me kind of be like just to think it's so wavy to be young. It's not that.
Somebody says, Ak, why are you so fascinated about age? The reason I'm having this conversation, I think that's the personal jab that Drake felt from Joe. Joe essentially said to Drake, bro, you're an old man who should be acting his age, rapping his age, hanging around people his age, and also fucking women of your age. That's where the personal beef got in. And then there was someone who sent a donation in to say,
yeah, Joe
do
started.
you think Drake has a problem with aging? And I said, I've never thought that before. But if I had to think of him dealing with that subject, it brought me back to this video. And this is the video where, Yachty, who's 10 years younger than him, kind of brings it up. And they have like an interesting exchange. And I don't know. Let me play it.
It's not that sick. Because I'm here now, like I just left 35, right? And it's like,
you're getting up there.
Well, all right. But
I think that's the acting in him right here, though. I think that's the acting. That's the acting in him, though. I think that's him acting a bit. I don't think he cares that much.
Yeah.
Because I'm here now, like I just left 35, right? And it's like,
you're getting up there.
Well, all right. But
Nah, I think that's acting though. I think that's just content. I think that's content, but I do think that kind of like hits him a little bit. You get what I mean? Like chat, be honest with me. I think it's more content than whatever, but I do think, they always say there's a truth in every joke.
Mm-hmm.
I do, maybe Drake is like, I'm still Drake's nickname is the boy. Right? I'm still the boy, right? I'm not the man. I'm the boy. Does it feel? I don't know. Let me go back.
Left 35, right? And it's like,
you're getting up there.
Well, all right. But
just saying.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. How old are you?
25, so.
Yeah. I can't wait. You're gonna get old as fuck.
But
Yo, Drake, Drake, let me tell you this. This is when you hit your 30s, this is what you tell niggas in their 20s, because you can't get your 20s back. But I can't wait till you get to 30, nigga. I can't wait till you get to 30, nigga.
You'll be
still dripping.
It's much basketball. Just saying.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. How old are you?
25, so.
Yeah. I can't wait. You're gonna get old as fuck.
By the time I get old as fuck, when I'm old as fuck, you're gonna be in a cane.
No, by the way.
You'll be using a cane.
Hey, don't jab. Don't be honest. Obviously, by the way, I think they're friends and this is all joke.
Yeah.
10 years older than you.
Yeah, you'll be
still dripping.
As much basketball you play, you'll definitely using a cane.
No, by the way, I'll be in incredible shape.
I think you'll be using a cane.
Nah, I don't think so. But again, I know that you have like confidence at 25 because you're 25. Like it's so.
I've had confidence since 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like cool to you that you're 25. I get it. I was there. By the way, I was there. I was like 25 too. I was like, damn, I'm 25. These old ass niggas.
Now you're saying 30's the new sexy, right?
No, I'm not saying that. This isn't like a.
You see, you basically preemptively said, Jay-Z said that, Didn't Jay-Z did Jay say 40's a new 20 or 30's a new 20?
You're one of those people.
I'm not like.
This is an interesting question because.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I think some of that, again, some of Drake's comments, not Drake, Joe's comments came off as, yo, you're the old dude in hip hop trying to blood suck the youth for the wave. Or, you know what I mean? You're the old creepy guy pulling up in your fucking car at the high school trying to pick up a girl. You know what I mean? Like one of those types. And I get why personally you would be offended by that because it's not only like definitely it's age shaming a little bit, but it's kind of making you seem like you're a fucking creep, right? Or like you're just like you're doing some shit wrong. And according to what Drake said, yo, bro, like the niggas is making shit up. Like these are not real things. Like again, I think
Joe
we see
took it
Drake
too
with
overboard.
Yachty, and we
I mean,
probably think that Drake
Joe
hanging out
took it
with
too
like
overboard.
Yeek and Yachty and the rest of them. For whatever reason, Drake fucks with Yachty, right? But do I think he's not hanging out with like the normal dudes he normally hangs with? I think he's not hanging with them. All right, anyway.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. That's it. Shout out to Drake.
Roll scene.